Are there things that Silver Dollar City can do better? Well, in our opinion, yes. So,
come with us.
Hey guys, I wanted to pause the video today and let you know that it is brought to you today by Magical Vacation Planner. I am actually a travel agent for Magical Vacation Planner, and that means I can plan you guys an adventure of your own through Disney World or Universal even. So anyway, that being said, if you guys would like that to happen, I have left a link in the description box below to fill out some information to get your free quote today. All right, let's get back to the video. Hey guys, welcome back to BA Adventures.
Hi.
So I am Brady, and this is
Ashley.
And we are the ones who created BA Adventures, and we are a traveling couple that just goes to different theme parks throughout the United States, and we give our honest opinion and do some cool things there and provide content for you all. We even provide some budget-friendly ways to make your visit to these places possible. So anyway, that being said, don't get us wrong. That intro probably has you thinking, oh boy, what are they saying about Silver Dollar City? Who made Brady mad? No, not really. Okay.
Let's get controversial.
We absolutely adore Silver Dollar City. It is a world-class park. It is the best in the United States. Consecutively proven.
Christmas.
We've even... No. Theme park-wise, too.
Oh.
It has won 3 years in a row.
Cool.
Not recently. I think Dollywood won last.
I think Dollywood took it.
I don't know. But it's still... It's a three-peat champ. Three-peat champ.
Can't win them all.
Can't. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, but I have voted for it every year. Okay, so that being said, it's brimming with charm, incredible rides, and that signature Ozark hospitality. But even the best can get a little bit better. There's just this video is about some things that we'd like to see, and we'd like you to stick around to the end of the video, and maybe we didn't see one of yours or have one of yours. So comment below and let us know if we don't mention something that you would like to see at Silver Dollar City. So, all right.
Moving on. Let's get this going.
Yeah, we're putting on our Imagineer hats today and dreaming up some ways Silver Dollar City could elevate that experience from amazing to absolutely legendary. And trust me, we've got some ideas that'll make you say, why isn't that a thing already?
Or are we
because
just being
I've
too picky?
said that before.
But are we just being too picky, too?
That's also true. Are we being too picky? Tell us. We'll just say, no, you're wrong. But hey, just kidding. No. We won't. Okay, all right, so let's talk about these summer nights, okay?
I'm really excited
This is something
about
that
this.
Ashley has been prominent about.
I actually have. A lot of times, let's talk about how we get these ideas first.
Mm-hmm.
So we live approximately 2 to 3 hours away from the park. And so we just drive up and we'll do our thing and drive back. And when we're driving back, usually it's when we're talking about what we would like to see different. What improvements or just things that make it easier for park goers.
Yeah, and we base this off of other parks that do some things that Silver Dollar City doesn't do and vice versa. Like, hey, why doesn't this park do what Silver Dollar City does? But then we realize, man, we have it really good with Silver Dollar City.
But when we're talking about these summer nights, I'm super excited about the fact that they're doing a drone show and fireworks, because that is something Silver Dollar City has been lacking, in my opinion.
Well, they have had it in the past year. We have yet to see it.
Right. But a lot of theme parks have nightly things going on. So Disney World's world famous for all of their night shows, fireworks especially. Universal's got stuff going on. SeaWorld has things going on. Silver Dollar City needs it too.
Agreed. Dolly World even does it too.
Yes. And so they are doing summer nights where approximately 1 month from July to August is going to have a fireworks and drone show. In my opinion, it's not long enough. I truly believe that the kickoff of summer, which typically for people in general is the end of May, when you have a Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's usually when schools are already out and the summer has started and hey, let's rock and roll.
Yeah. So it should start then and it should go all summer long.
Totally agree. I agree with that. I can see that. I think by going from May to maybe middle of August, so that way it gets set up for the Pumpkin Plaza section when they do for the Harvest Festival is great. They do have nightly Harvest Festivals pumpkin dance party, in the Pumpkin Plaza every night. And they also have grand lighting out in the plaza every night for the Grand Fir during an old time Christmas. We understand that as soon as the park opens in spring, they're just getting started, they're getting rolling and everything. And not a lot of people are actually visiting during that time because people are still in school. Nobody's taking a whole lot of vacations other than during spring break. So you got to be open during that time, and it allows people to come in. Most people go to the beach during spring break because they're tired of being cold. Makes sense. Yeah. However, some people are tired of being hot and they come north. It happens.
No burden.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So, all right. Let's also talk about the food. Not me. This one. This one here.
Don't come for
Silver
me.
Dollar City. I have nothing to do with what she is about to say because it's fine. Go ahead. Let it rip.
It's not fine. When you have been to Disney World, you have been to Universal Studios. When you've been to these epic parks, you have great quality food, great quality restaurants. Catch that? Not quick service restaurants, like table sit-down restaurants. And Silver Dollar City doesn't really have that. We have a buffet. Okay. But that's basically about it for table service, not quick service. And that's lacking in my opinion. When I do go on vacations, I love to eat different foods. And while they're season passports, where you're getting, I'm sorry, not season passports, but tasting passports are fantastic. Love that. I want a little bit more. I want quality over quantity of food. And I want more sit-down restaurant style.
Okay, that one I agree with. I thought she was talking about the actual quality of food that was there, like the skillets and those things like that, and how they tasted. Because I'm going to tell you that Silver Dollar City, in my mind, is pretty top-notch on those kind of foods. Seriously. There's Disney, Universal, and Silver Dollar City, I think, are all right here together. You get it. So, anyway, it's not something where you look at it and go, I am not eating that food. That's been sitting there for a while. No, and it hasn't.
I wouldn't.
Not like in Six Flags, we walk up and go, oh, that burger has been sitting there for like 3 hours. I'm not going to eat it.
Under the heat lamp, yeah.
Under the heat lamp, yeah. Silver Dollar City does not do that. Mm-hmm. Neither does Dollywood. I want to put that out there. Now, let's talk about Dollywood for a second.
Yeah.
Because they have a place called Aunt Granny's.
So good.
Silver Dollar City. I know for a fact that you have a vacant area down in Midtown below Hannah's Ice Cream Parlor, and I have eaten in there before. You can turn that into like let's call it Midtown something, or put a
Uncle Bucks. Who knows? Uncle Bob. I don't care. Yeah, let's do it.
Call it Hatfield's. Aunt Hatfield. I don't know. Uncle Hatfields.
We want something. Sit down. Mm-hmm. Besides a buffet, let's have something else.
Or you can call it Uncle Grandpa's. I mean, you got Aunt Granny, so let's call it Uncle Grandpa.
There we go.
I don't know. It would be really cool to have something like that at Silver Dollar City, that family style eat sort of deal. Mm-hmm. I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the Riverfront Playhouse, which is down in Rivertown. It is across from Mystic River Falls. There is not a lot going on in this place. Every now and then they do have something that goes in there. There's been a magic show. There has been a couple attractions of people that go in there. Singers and stuff like that. However,
it's not
every festival. It's not so often. They use the Red Gold Heritage Hall quite a bit. And obviously the Opera House, which that is a fantastic theater. Don't ever stop putting stuff in there. We understand that nothing goes in there during the Harvest Festival because they are getting ready for the classic Christmas Carol over there. So we get it. Mm-hmm. But we would like to see more go into that area because we actually kind of like that theater. It's kind of cool on the inside. We've seen a magic show in there and a couple other things. Mm-hmm. Just want to see some more.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. All right. Here comes my... Oh, hold on.
Oh.
We're missing something. The app. Ashley has a problem with the app.
I despise the Silver Dollar City app.
She doesn't despise it.
I don't like it.
Often.
I use it a lot, but I don't like it. The interface, it's not very user friendly. It definitely needs to be tweaked and upgraded. Like, it just feels very old.
Okay, that's fair.
It needs to be modernized. It needs to be user friendly.
I will say that it is very similar to some other apps like the Six Flags app and the SeaWorld app and Busch Gardens app. They are all very similar, and I wonder if they work off of the same engine.
Maybe possibly. Company, whatever. I don't know.
That's what that means. Yeah. It's the engine, this type that it comes in through. So she is not very tech savvy on those words.
But I do want to say, I think they definitely need to up that. It needs to be at the standard, I feel like the standard of Disney World and Universal, major theme parks, because those are easy to use and figure out. So
playing off of that, I would like to see a wait time at every ride.
Yes! On the app, and it needs to be correct, and Silver Dollar City rides.
So not every theme park is always wrong on that. We discovered that at Disney World.
It's a gimmick.
It is. It tells you 30 minutes. You run over there, and it may say 30 minutes, and you get in line, and you're there for 2 hours.
Or 20 minutes.
Jungle Cruise. My fault. Said 30 minutes. I said, let's go. I want to hear different jokes. They're not different jokes. Don't do it. Don't.
Our friend Megan's probably like, I just want to kick Brady in the rear right now for that one.
Anyway, I would like to see that outside. That way it could say, oh, if that's 60 minutes, I think I'm going to go move elsewhere. Instead of, a new fire in the hole stacking up to 240 minutes. Wait. So, did it jump up that far? 240 minutes?
We saw it during Christmas time.
Close, yeah. It was
very shocking. I was like, ew.
Yeah.
As people that constantly go, that's not worth the time for us. An hour's not worth the time for us to go. But if you are first time ever going to Silver City, obviously you're going to pick and choose things.
Definitely. So ride times outside of the queue would be spectacular.
And accurate too.
Now we'll get into my biggest qualm of this.
And I hear it.
She hears it all the time. Every time we leave during an old time Christmas, she hears it.
I even hear it at other parks.
I mention it. Yes, she hears it at other parks.
When we
this
go.
Is the one that I see other parks do that Silver Dollar. Six Flags does this. Six Flags does this. Silver Dollar City. Can we get some SNOAP? Please?
The amount of times that I hear this is insane. I wish
Between
I had a quarter for every time.
So where they put up Foggy Hollow with all the lights and the string lights, that walkway between Boatworks to the Plaza.
Which is very cool.
Which is very cool when the fog is going through there and they play the music. It is awesome. Play Christmas music and drop SNOAP from the top.
Set the scene.
The scene would be magical. Walking through it. And then if it's actually snowing, just don't run it. Because snow. When you light the Grand Fir, where's the SNOAP? SNOAP, please. That would be great.
Create the
That'd be great.
ambiance.
Create the atmosphere, the ambiance. And then when the tree lighting and things and the parade happens up on top of the square, cover all that in SNOAP. Please.
Are you good?
No, I'm not. I want SNOAP. SNOAP, not good.
You feel good with it off your chest now.
I am.
Hopefully Silver Dollar City is listening to this, so I don't have to listen to it anymore, maybe.
No, we would really like to see SNOAP, because Silver Dollar City is voted the best Christmas of any theme park ever, and it has been awesome every year. It is actually my favorite place to go for Christmas time for any theme park, because it just blows everything out of the water.
It does.
Plain and simple. There's lights everywhere. What was it? 5 point something million. There's millions of lights. I cannot remember. I think it was 6.2. That number is sticking to me. It's been a minute since we discussed how many lights there were. But so many Christmas lights, the atmosphere, that Christmas Carol show, everything. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. The Grand Fir lighting, the tree was beautiful, the music was great, but it was kind of just, this is missing SNOAP.
You're missing one little thing.
It was missing that, and I would have been like, this is the greatest thing ever. I would have felt that way. Not that it wasn't magical. Don't get me wrong. It was magical. It was beautiful. The tree was fantastic. What a wonderful addition. I think you missed the mark on something.
I kind of want to add something that I didn't talk to you about earlier since we're talking about Christmas itself. The Red Gold Heritage Hall used to show It's a Wonderful Life. And it was such a great show. Great movie, great show. And I believe copyrights or something happened where they could not do that again. And with that, we kind of lost that. And they've done singing shows. They've done performances with music and such. Last year we had Rhonda Vincent, who is an Opry winner and fantastic bluegrass performer. But I truly feel like we're missing like a show. You've got the Christmas Carol, which is fantastic. Love that. We don't go a Christmas season without seeing it at least once.
That's a fact.
Possibly twice.
That's also true.
But with
maybe thrice.
But with that, I believe the gold red gold Heritage Hall needs that show. It needs to be a true show. It doesn't need to be just some music performances, in my opinion.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So, that being said, please, in the comments below, tell us what you think Silver Dollar City should be adding, or maybe even taking away.
Or are we too harsh?
Or were we too harsh? We may have been. It happens, but that's okay. These are the things that we would like to see. We do not make any sort of decisions for Silver Dollar City. However, we hope they're listening. We hope they take our suggestions, and they make this park even better than it already is. So, that being said, this is in no way to bash Silver Dollar City. We want that to be clear. We love this park. And we don't have really any negative thing to say about this park. We just want these things to be put in. So, that being said, hit that. If you want to hear any more Silver Dollar City news, updates, fun, or more content, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that
bell notification button
so that you guys don't miss out on any more of our adventures. And with that,
bring on the next adventure.
bye, guys.